Hello, everyone. Thank you so much. Boston. What's up? How we doing?
Can we just do just do your stuff from live at Fenway in between songs?
Yeah. I can't believe I'm here. Here's stick season again and again and again and again and again.
Oh my God! By the way, you don't know what joy I'm going to talk. The bits in between the songs did for me. You know what? I mean, it's incredible to be with you in Boston, where you are an icon. Like I think about you, like as if David Ortiz and Cuppy the Dunkin mascot gave birth to a musically gifted offspring.
Not even close. Big poppies ago. Let's be real here, y'all. I can't accept that.
God, I'm going to bestow it upon you, you beautiful man, because you embody this area, this region, this incredible. By the way, New England to me, as someone that was born in the old England, it's like new and improved England. I want to be completely clear. New embody. When I listened to your album, Live from Fenway, every single bloody day. My dad died last year, and when I buried him, I found incredible strength in the album. And I'm being serious, not just the songs, Noah, but your ad-libs in between them. Genuinely, your gratitude, your self-deprecation. Above all, your memory making in that moment as a kid that lived for that place, to be on you had an incredible presence of memory in that moment, which I think is the secret of life. And I don't like to be hyperbolic, but there was like an incredible human truth in between the tunes on that album.
Well, thank you so much. I'm so sorry to hear about your father. What I love about music and playing music is getting to remember. Like I have songs about friends who have passed away or moments that have been hard for me, and every night that I play the song, I get to honor those memories, and instead of, saving them for a rainy day, it's like every night I get to think about these people I love, and in a way, I feel like you get to bring them back to you. So I'm honored that you found that piece in my music, and thank you so much for listening to it. I'm a huge fan of yours as well.
You're a beautiful man, and when he says he's honored, I think he's speaking about, you can hear that album he's singing, there's thousands of people singing along, and he's talking about thousands of you who are listening to this show and the memories we individually make, which is also, by the way, the narrative I believe that football gives us. Football and music, the memory, the transcendence, the emotional power, the sharing. We're talking about similar things here. We're talking about an incredible moment in your life. Win after win as a musician. You just played a concert here in Boston at MGM Music Hall. By the way, they raised $1.5 million for the Red Sox Foundation and your own incredible mental health charity, the Busy Head Project.
Thank you so much.
You were named a headliner for next summer's Bonnaroo Festival. Can we get a bit more love for the Bonnaroo Festival? Come on, open your hearts. But I've saved the best till last, because most importantly, last weekend, this man went back to his old high school in New Hampshire, the mighty Hanover, in its annual alumni soccer game, down 1-0, desperately fighting for an equaliser. Who went and scored the crucial epic 1-1 tying goal in a war of attrition? We've got the surveillance drone footage. This man can't be stopped. He can't be contained. Roll tape.
Bang! The second it left the boot. That was filmed on an iPhone -2, by the way. I'm sorry. The first ever video ever captured. The same guy that films fireworks shot that one.
By the way, can we just show it again? Because I'm pretty sure that is like drone. that is drone footage.
Hey, it's like Bigfoot scored a goal.
By the way, I watched that. Like, I heard about this. I'm like, can you send me the goal? They're like, yeah, we got it. It's a beautiful piece of film. We captured it. We smashed it. I'm like, clean your lens, you mad bastards. But by the way, I watched it. I watch a lot of football now, I can't. And I've got to tell you, that goal, man opened his body instinctually.
Look.
First time. I'm not saying Liverpool need a striker or anything. They can just...
Never in a million years would I go to Liverpool. I was unfortunately born with Buffon's pace, but Henri's touch. I think I could have gone pro. I didn't have the mind for the game, unfortunately. I'm just a natural-born fox in the box.
That was a natural finish in every regard.
Striker's finish. If we were playing against 15-year-old kids, it felt like I was at home against Chelsea.
During your time, I love this. We talked about this when you came on our show. At Hanover, you wore the number 9 jersey.
Yeah, I did. There was a kid who was like so much better than I was that was coming onto the team, and I didn't get that much playing time because I was just not as good as this kid. But he was like, "Can I have the number 9? I'm gonna play like every game." I'm like, "Hell no, dude." So I sat in the bench and wore number 9 the entire time.
You can have the playing time, but you'll never have the number that you covet.
No way.
And your high school coach, Rob Grabbill, once joked, this is an amazing line, he said that Noah Kahn learnt about alienation and depression right here on the Hanover high pitch. Because as a junior, this man, look at him.
Something was wrong for sure.
Again, not changed.
The white shirt over just the exact same size blue shirt is very 2014.
When I see that photo, again, I listen to the Fenway album, and it makes it all the more bloody powerful. That's like the you that was like dreaming of that.
Yeah.
This is the you that's lived it.
Yeah, you know, becoming a musician was always a dream of mine, but I've always been so interested in soccer that getting to do anything like this is like my Super Bowl. This is like my biggest show is getting a chance to come and talk about soccer. And the alumni game, it felt like I was at the World Cup final. Like when I scored that goal, I genuinely thought my career was about to take off. But
by the way, this whole show tonight is not about him coming to talk to you. It's him trying to speak to Premier League teams like Burnley, like Everton, that need a guy that can get you 20 goals a season guaranteed and live out his childhood dreams.
I'll play for Wolves. I don't care.
I'm not fussy.
I'm not fussy. Just keep me in the Premier League and we're fine.
Noah Kahn live at Molyneux, the album that didn't sell so well.
There's 2 or 3 fans over there.
I will say.
Spotify metrics tell me Wolverhampton's a big market.
I do believe, ultimately, and I love your story, you were constantly on the bench, you were constantly asking for more playing time. Essentially, you was Mo Salah before there was Mo Salah. Too soon. But I strongly believe, I believe this absolutely, that for kids who play this game, and there's a lot of you who are here tonight, the most important part of football is the lessons you learn about life off the field by playing on it. And I do want to know, is there anything that you've learned from football that you still carry with you or that you live by now?
Yeah, I think one of the bigger lessons I learned, can I say soccer without getting made fun of? Is that cool, you guys?
By the way, can I just tell you, are we not in a post-soccer world now where we can call it whatever the hell we like? Let's love ourselves, America.
Okay. I'm sorry, because if I say football, then I sound like a douchebag. If I say soccer, I sound like a douchebag. You're screwed either way. I'm going to call it sock ball. Okay, so growing up playing soccer, I think one of the things I learned the most was failure. Losing a lot. I really wasn't that good. And so I had to lose a lot. I had to lose playing time. We lost games. And what I learned was being humble in defeat and understanding that failure is such a big part of life. And you can do everything right. Sometimes you can work as hard as you can, and sometimes you just lose. I think sometimes when we lose, we feel like there's some unjust thing happening or there's some mistake that happened. But sometimes VAR doesn't help you. You just lost the game, and you got to move forward. And I think that soccer taught me a lot about how to move forward after failure, which I've had a lot of in my career.
Which, by the way, ultimately, I do believe tenacity. I did the first time I ever interviewed Arsene Wenger, I said, what's the greatest, the most important skill that a footballer has? And he just leant into the microphone, and I actually put this out every single National Poetry Day, because he didn't wait a beat. He just goes, tenacity, the ability to move from point A to point B is what separates the good footballer from the truly great footballer. So if you, in a FIFA ranking, Noah Kahn I'm taking has speed like about 12.
If we're looking at like FIFA, like a card, speed 14, dribbling 15, shooting 87. I got a rocket on me. I also, my senior year, they would only put me in for corner kicks because I was the kid that just didn't care about his future at all. They're like, just jump in there and see what happens to you.
Essentially, Gabrielle before there was Gabrielle.
Yeah.
But I will say, for tenacity, this man is about 100. And for kids who are listening, ultimately, that is the value that matters. And it shows because you went on to become one of the best-known combinations of musician and footballer since Alexi Lalas released Ginger.
Did he put music out? Oh, I can only imagine what that sounds like. I have an idea in my head. Oh my God! What kind of music did he make?
It was like I mean, they're mostly Noah Kahn covers. I think it's a Stick Season cover album, though. What else could it be?
That necklace just screams 2002. Trying anything.
This album came out last year, Noah.
Oh, did it really? Never mind. I'm sure it's awesome. We should write sometime, Alexi.
I know, by the way, this man loves collaborations, Alexi. Call him. But I've got to say, you are at alumni games as João Pedro, which is called a pivot because you are proper Chelsea, which always blows my mind. I love it. We've talked before. Chelsea fans here tonight.
Let's go.
God bless. I got to tell you, I always think of Boston genuinely as like a Liverpool place. I do. I'm trying to think of what city I think of as the Everton. Akron, Ohio is the Everton place of America. But you came on, you told me your story. You've been a Blue since you picked up FIFA 06, started playing Chelsea, and your incredible mum. I adore your mum, Laurie.
Yep.
She used to pick this kid up early from school, give him an excuse to leave school on Champions League Wednesdays so he didn't have to miss a game. By the way, she is the Didier Drogba of mothers.
Oh, yeah.
What's remarkable to me, you've not missed a Chelsea match. Is it true in over a decade?
I've never missed a game. I've had to watch like some halves. Sometimes we've had shows in the middle of the games, but I'll watch between song breaks and I'll watch right before I go on stage. There's been a couple tough ones, like 2018 Chelsea, if any Chelsea fans remember Danny Drinkwater. Having to wake, I was in Australia, having to wake up at 3:45 a.m. to watch us tie fucking Aston Villa. Drinkwater starting. So there's been some grindy times. I mean, as a Chelsea fan, we're spoiled. We've just won so much, so many times that we sometimes we don't get a trophy one year and we're all like, oh no. But you know, that's the thing about being a Chelsea fan is you live for the ups and downs. It's a turbulent team to support, but yeah, Chelsea till I die.
I mean, it's amazing to me. When Chelsea won the Club World Cup, I'm not like drawing a correlation from the fact that I did the coin toss before that game, patted Reece James on the back and said, go give him hell, Reece. It's a true story, to be candid.
The referee said that?
No, I did the coin toss.
Oh, you did it? Oh,
yeah,
whoa, cool.
I did the coin toss, did it. Like, everyone was like, they're going to get murdered. So I was trying to be a nice guy. I was like, Reece, give him hell. And he looked at me, he looked at me like, are you a dickhead? PSG. And God bless, you now have that World Club whatever thing patches. And when it happened, which was surreal, you were the first person I reached out to. I was like, I am so happy for you.
Oh, it was awesome.
And you were like genuinely...
I was so happy. I was like, well, unfortunately, that Club World Cup badge on our jerseys looks horrible. It's fucking massive. They need to make that thing a little smaller. We finally got the jersey right for 1 year in so many years. And they put this giant dinner plate thing on it. Like, we get it. No, I was thrilled. It was just one of those performances that, like, you can't really explain why it happened. I mean, the conversation was so in favor of PSG, and it was just like a gut punch. And then that first half was so fun to watch as a Chelsea fan. João Pedro just come to the club. And it was just such a moment of everything clicking. It was pretty special.
So what role does football play in your life now? How do you understand it? When you get up in Australia at God, for Danny, I mean, you are committed. It's a ritual. It's a structure. Mm-hmm. It's a connect. What is it what role does football play for you now?
I think so much of my life is about me, like my career and marketing myself and thinking I'm interesting enough to keep writing songs about year after year. And it's a very self-focused job, and it's special, but I I find it's really hard to get outside of myself because I'm always encouraged to think more about me and how can we market me. And football, soccer allows me to escape that and be part of something bigger and more important than just what I'm doing that day. It helps me think about community. It helps me think about this thing that I can't control, allowing yourself to not be in control, but still support it and hope it happens anyways. It's like a hope that I got to have every week instead of like a certainty of what I'm going to do that day. And I just appreciate that. I appreciate being able to step outside of myself. I appreciate just having something to care about, you know? When I was a kid, growing up in New Hampshire and Vermont, like we were 2.5 hours from Boston, so it wasn't often that we would be able to go see Red Sox games or Patriots games. I went to a Revolution game, and the on-field passes were like $8. Like there was nobody there, but it was hard for me to get all the way down to Boston. So Chelsea was like my team, and everyone's a Patriots fan, but I was like, I'm a Chelsea fan, and it was like my special thing. And so it's been something that I've nurtured for a long time, and I think a big part of it's like my inner child that I want to keep close to me.
By the way, what you've just articulated is so deep and so rich. There's like the past, there's the present, there's the future, there's that sense of who you are in the day-to-day. There's a sense of the who you are you want to reconnect with and how you want to really be. There's the public you, there's the private you, there's your needs. We did a show a couple of weeks ago with Trevor Noah at the Stone Pony. And he spoke so unbelievably beautifully about football. Like, I'm still kind of shook by that conversation. He said one of the things he loved most about the game is he said, and he better out of his mouth because he is an incredible poet, but he said if you see someone wearing the same team shirt as you could, his words were, you can automatically become brothers and sisters and, quote, find common ground in an instant. Your life is perpetual movement. You're perpetually on tour, perpetual confusion, but always chaos. Another city. I mean, you visited more cities than Carmen San Diego. Does Chelsea fandom give you that sense of connectivity, which is all too rare in a positive way in our world, like an immediate touchstone?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, whenever there's a big Chelsea game and I'm on tour, I'll just find the closest Chelsea bar and go watch the game with randos, and we just hang out there, and we and we are from different walks of life, or completely different people, but we can connect over this one thing, which is harder and harder to do nowadays, to find something that connects us all, that we can all agree on. And wanting Chelsea to win and hating Arsenal is something that just something that you can connect with somebody random on. It's hard to communicate with people in a way that feels connected now. And I do feel that way. Every show I do, there's always someone in a Chelsea jersey, or there's always someone in an Arsenal jersey, probably that guy booing over there. But even that is fun. It's like, I've never been in a conversation with someone about football, about soccer, where like there's any real antagonistic quality. It's all a bit surface level, and it's fun to have a little joust with people, or it's fun to see someone in the crowd and go, up the Blues, or fuck Arsenal, or whatever it is I'm saying. It's cool. It connects me.
God bless. I've got to say, when you hate children, hate with empathy, like Noah Kahn.
Always.
In every regard. I do need to ask you quickly about Chelsea Football Club. When we last spoke, you were so bloody optimistic about this incredibly young team. You told me they would finish in the top 4. They finished in the top 4. They earned Champions League football for the first time since 2022. Today, they drew at Bournemouth. With their Club World Cup champions badge on. By the way, I think Grammy winners should wear like a huge, like, for 4 years they should wear.
I wouldn't have one of those either. Grammy nominees would be cool.
There you go. 2 for Grammy nominees. Whole room. God bless. Thank you for covering my arse, Boston. But your team is sitting quietly in 4th place. Yeah. Today they drew. Finished, by the way.
Is that right?
Everton are in 5th.
Let's go.
Was that an angry thing from a Liverpool fan who's like shocked that for at least one more week we're above you? I don't know. Nice win. You had 11 men on the field at the final whistle. But what's the real Chelsea team that clenched their teeth for Arsenal to a draw 6 days ago? It feels like 6 years ago. Or the one that lost midweek to Leeds and just crapped the bed? Who is the true Chelsea?
This is the real Chelsea, baby. This is the Chelsea experience. We're going to beat Barcelona, then we're going to lose to Leeds. I think it's frustrating as a fan. You get excited. I think as a fan base, we have to be patient. I think we're very reactionary today in modern football landscape. Everyone wants results, 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 and sometimes when you're part of a project, you need to be patient. I think you can already see what the ownership and what our manager is doing coming to fruition slowly but surely, and there are moments of brilliance, but I think with a few more signings, that project will be even farther along. I think we need 5 or 6 more 15-year-olds. We should just get... That sounded so dumb coming out of my mouth. We need a striker, man.
What, a striker who is slow of pace,
Look,
but quick of mind.
I know what you're getting at. They need to sign me. Just give me like a 2-month loan, dude. Stick me in the janitor's closet at Cobham. I don't care, dude. One game, one moment. I promise, Bowley, I'll do you right.
Yep, I promise, Burley. Burley, just give this man your number 9. He doesn't even have to kick a football. Just the spite of owning that number 9.
I've got Ibrahimovic's nose. That should mean something.
By the way, it is literally Ibrahimovic's real nose. I want to know very quickly, who is the current Chelsea foot? I love Enzo Maresca and his chest stylings. I love Reece James and his tenacity to fight back and just come back so deliriously. I love your kind of avant-garde Zen master and just absurdist comic Cole Palmer. I love Estevao, 18 years of age, Steve, defining himself. I mean, Brazil's greatest exports, coffee and magic. When you watch your Chelsea, who makes your heart sing?
Caicedo. I think he's the best defensive midfielder in the world. Yeah, that's right. I think he wears his heart in his sleeve, and he gives everything every game. I understand. I think he has to find that balance. You know, like he can get himself into trouble with some of the tackles, but I believe he's a difference maker. If you've watched the last 2 games, we're desperately missing someone in midfield to make those tackles and to get that spark going. He reminds me a lot of like a Makelele or a Conte, and I absolutely love that archetype of player, somebody in the midfield that can just get things done. I think he excites me the most. Cole Palmer, obviously on form, is unbelievable, but Caicedo is my favorite.
Top 3 Chelsea football players all time for you?
Frank Lampard, Didier Drogba, Gianfranco Zola. Eden Hazard in 4th.
There you go, the big buttocks of Hazard.
Hazard, he and I have the same ass, I've always said. Him, Bronislav Ivanovic, and me could go
John McGinn.
Ass for ass. Yeah.
And John McGinn.
Oh, yeah. McGinn's great.
That's the FIFA rankings I want to see. 100, Brazilian butt lift. Get in there, baby. We know you're a remarkable storyteller, Noah. What's a realistic arc for Chelsea this season? What would you tell Chelsea Nation about all there is to come?
For Chelsea? Yeah. I think we can win the Champions League this year. It feels like one of those seasons. It really does. It feels like one of those seasons where we can just grind out Tuesday and Wednesday results. We might come in I think I could see 5th or 6th place in the league, but I think we could win the Champions League this year. I believe it. It reminds me of that 2021 team where we were just dog shit in the league, and then you just result by result, you're like, they could really do this. I think we're well set up to win one-off knockout games against other big teams.
Oh, to being dog shit and winning things. Genuinely, the Chelsea
It's so hard.
Can you tell me, we are here for one reason only tonight, to celebrate the return of the World Cup to North America, to Boston.
Oh, let's go. Unbelievably cool.
And Noah, you have an old soul. You really do. But when the World Cup was last here in 1994, you were still 3 years from actually being born. So what is the earliest Noah Kahn World Cup memory?
I think probably the Zidane headbutt would be my first World Cup memory. I couldn't, everyone was getting so mad about it, and I was like, what's happening here? This bald guy's headbutting this other dude. I was pretty young. I think I was 7 or 8 years old. I just started watching, and I remember that being a big deal. But I also remember the 2010 opening match. Was it Shalala?
Shalabalaba, South Africa.
That goal against Mexico, an unbelievable goal. We watched it in my 7th grade cafeteria, and I remember being like, this is so cool. So those are my earliest World Cup memories.
That is an incredible memory, and it brings us full circle because Shalabalaba, South Africa, World Cup. Could they be the first World Cup nation to crap the bed with the world watching, playing Mexico, 1-0 down, and this little guy, Shalabalaba, burned down the left wing and unleashed finished, like
Unbelievable.
of which I would
Upper
say,
90.
yeah,
Directly into the top corner. Water bottle.
I mean, this is game respecting game talking about it.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
It-
He could work on a couple things, but it was pretty darn good.
It was an ecstatic moment, and it made a whole continent dance in every regard.
Best World Cup ball of all time.
The
The
Jabulani.
Jabulani. So great. One of the best balls to play. I was like a little kid having a friend, the rich friend who had the Jabulani. We would play with it around. Oh, that was the best.
No ball has humiliated both goalkeepers and strikers in equal merit. It was genuinely.
Oh my gosh.
It was like
A lot of movement on it. Was there something happening in the ball, like some kind of fiber or something that was making that happen?
it was a scientifically avant-garde football that they tested and tested and tested, but they tested in England where the air density was the complete opposite of South Africa. And by the time it got to South Africa, it was like letting the greatest elite athletes play football with a bar of soap they couldn't grasp. I mean, it was just slapstick human wonder, but still the greatest memories are formed, which I think is the wonder of the World Cup. And for you, I just finished writing a book about the World Cup. For me, the greatest thing about the memory of the World Cup is just the spine of my life really is World Cup memories. It's a profound memory maker, a global connector. It's been the spine of my life. It's how I mark the passing of time. It's how a music obsessive, I imagine, thinks about their life by songs and albums that are released, the soundtrack of every single era. For you, Noah, what's the World Cup for you as you remember them in your arc of life?
The World Cup's interesting because it's every 4 years, and I think you can't help but look at how much has changed in your life based on where you are and where you're watching it. Like a Super Bowl is every year, and you kind of don't have to think about where you were the last year. But 4 years ago, where was I watching? 4 years before that, I was in 7th grade. 4 years before that, I was 8. 4 years before that, I was 4. 4 years before that, I was sperm. So you can only imagine how how much you can track your life's changes. And I think it forces you to reckon with where you've gone in your life, where you've been, and if the passion still being the same is like a testament to how much you care about this game. So I'm always proud to be like, I'm watching another one. I'm still just as excited to watch the U.S. men's national team play. It's just a good way to trace through your life.
I want to get to the U.S. team in 1 second, but I do want to say yesterday, FIFA announced they're going to do a halftime show for the World Cup final, which is a bold move. So I want to know, if you were asked to play it, Noah Kahn, would you, and which two of your incredible collaborators, and you can't choose Alexi Lalas, which two of your many collaborators would you bring to guest with you?
Oh, big football fan. Sam Fender is one of the biggest football fans. A Newcastle fan, a true fan. And also just an unbelievable storyteller, musician, one of the greatest live shows in music. I think Sam would be an easy choice. And then it would be pretty cool to bring out somebody that maybe you wouldn't expect to be into, like Casey Musgraves, I feel like would be great out there. She's got great energy. It'll be fun to see her on that kind of stage, I think.
Oh my God. Can I say, when on the Fenway album, Everything Everywhere, when you bring out
Gracie.
If you were to do the halftime show at the FIFA World Cup and just be like, with the same energy, just be like, Cat Stevens!
That would be unbelievable. I mean, are they really doing that? Who's doing the halftime show?
I hope Tracy Chapman. They've not announced it.
Oh, that's awesome. Really?
No, I think it'll be the Village People. It'll be the bloody Village People.
Oh, right.
It'll be genuinely the Village People. Let's talk about the United States of America. Village People, by the way, are going to be making so much money in the next 10 years. It's unbelievable. By the way, they're going to be playing the next Super Bowl as well. They're going to play the opening ceremony of the World Cup in Saudi Arabia and the halftime show. They're making bank. So let's talk about lovely things. The US boys, they're playing Paraguay, Australia, likely Turkey, possibly in the group stage. I know you've got tickets for a ton of World Cup games. Can you talk about the US team, what you love, what you dream of? We've won one knockout game in the modern period. Why never us?
I think we need a new chant as fans. Are we still doing I Believe We Will Win one? We gotta chill with that one. Horrible. I don't know how you could do anything to that. So bad. Really bad. I really like our group. I think it sits favorably for us. I do believe the U.S. men's national team does play with a lot of pride in the World Cup, and I hope that we can bring a little bit of that to the knockout stages this year. I'd love to see us leave the group. I do rate Poch. I think he's a good coach, and I think we have a lot of talent, a lot of younger talent. I don't think the team's been in a better suited place in terms of young talent in a long time. So yeah, and I hope we can make a deep run. I just don't know. I'll be watching every game. I just don't want to lose to Belgium. I feel like we get Belgium a lot. I would like to not see them. I would like to see us get out of the group and put a couple results in past the group stage.
Can I say, you're a songsmith. If you were to write a chant for the US team to replace I Believe That We Will Win, what would it be?
I'm pretty sure that we might succeed. My music is not hype music at all. We got to get somebody else for that. My music's for when they lose and they all go to like the Appalachian Trail to find themselves.
By the way, you've got a line from Homesick that I love, where you sing, "I've got dreams, but I can't make myself
believe them."
Yes, which, by the way, for me, I think is the perfect lyric to update the I Will Win chant. That, for me, genuinely, if we could get 100,000 people in LA and Seattle in that opening round chanting Homesick, nothing can bloody stop us. But when you dream of US victory, I was going to say, what does it look like? I guess I'm asking, Noah, will we see our US boys win the World Cup in our lifetimes?
I think a lot needs to change at the academy level and the fundamental level in this country to get the talent that we need onto this roster. I think there's a lot of problems in the infrastructure of American soccer that will prevent us from really finding the greatest players. I think the equity of football in America is not where it needs to be. I think it needs to be cheaper for young people to get into the sport, more accessible. It's a very, very difficult sport to get to the highest level at with the way the structure is set up here in America, and I think we need to do a better job of that before we have any chance of winning the World Cup.
It's an incredible time to be alive when one of the country's greatest musicians should also be running the academy system in the United States of America. I guess what Noah's saying, in 2042, Tyler Adams' son Jax will be playing alongside centre-back partner Tim Ream. And American glory will be guaranteed. I want to close by talking about this city, this incredible place, this ferociously
greatest city on earth, man. Boston is the shit. Everybody knows that.
There you go. I mean, not to go off live at Fenway Park on your ass, but it is a cathartic show. You call Boston the only city in the world I've ever felt at home in.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's a beautiful thing to be able to say about a place, to know it, to feel it, to share it. So what does this city, this crowd, the world's about to see this, what does it offer that's singular among next summer's hosts?
I don't think there's any passion in the world like Boston passion. I think they embrace the people they love, the things they love wholeheartedly. I think they put their entire hearts in their sleeves when they care about a person, a team, a restaurant, a place. And I've always felt welcomed in by Boston, but also very respectful of honoring that passion and making sure I represent the city wherever I am as much as I can. Like, walk around New York wearing a Red Sox hat, and I don't care because it's Boston. I think that the players will feel that. I think the U.S. men's national team will feel that tenfold, and I hope that the other teams feel a little bit of that passion. I hope they feel us and hear us there. I think people are not ready for American soccer fans who have been waiting for a long time for this event to happen, for how excited folks are going to be and how intense we can get. I think we should give them every single ounce of our energy, and Boston is the greatest place for passionate people.
Can we just pull that photo up one more time? When you look at that, what do you see, Noah? I often look at that photograph, and I've often said, what must that human being, the guy who was wearing the baggy shirt, under the baggy shirt, the guy that dreamt, the guy that yearned, the guy that made those dreams come true, when you look at that now, what do you feel?
I always feel like they're cheering for someone right behind me. I was never really able to accept all the love, and that's really hard for me. But having that memory, it was one of the first nights that I felt like I was on stage and I belonged there and I deserved it. And the crowd was just so. They were the stars of the show. Like, the crowd were the stars. I fell in love with every single person in the audience, just watching them enjoy that moment. It wasn't about me at all. It was about that night for them, and it was incredibly special. And it's something, I've always said, if I had to retire, if I had to quit tomorrow, it would be the single most amazing highlight of my music career in my life. It's something I'm very, very proud of.
I often look at that photograph, I've got to say, and hope that for all of you in this audience and everyone watching at home, we all get to feel an nth of the joy, the emotion, the transcendence that I imagine that you and your family must have been experiencing in this moment, which brings us to the last question.
Well, Raj, real quick, I just want to say, and I could speak on the behalf of everybody here, I think you bring a lot of that to people as well. What you do is incredible. I've been watching you for a long time. I was fortunate enough to meet your family, and you're just a lovely person, but you're also doing a lovely thing for this game and for American fans of this game. So we all thank you as well.
Noah, you will not out self-deprecate me on this stage.
I know, this is like an immovable force meets an whatever object.
I know. There's so many things that I've come to love about this man, but genuinely neither of us can stand the nice things said about us within our own earshot.
In a way, you are a little New England with that, I feel like. Just cannot take a compliment.
I won't take it, and I won't stand it. Let me dwell in my own self-criticism, negativity. I said to Trevor Noah, and I'll say it again, I do feel like my whole life is one incredible unjust VAR review. And I'm quite happy with that standing. But ultimately, life is about finding joy. Life is hard. Life's full of challenge. Life is finding flickering senses of meaning, which is what I love about football. Communing with you all tonight, to be candid, sharing these moments, making these memories together. And a lot of it I feel when I watch you, when I see you in concert, when I listen to your music. This is me throwing it back on this mad bastard. It's called diversion and deflection, therapists in the audience who are watching. But I do want to ask you to close. It is a time of challenge. It is a time of change. I mean, by the way, some days I do believe the entire world is experiencing stick season at the very same time. And you are such a beacon of light in the darkness. You don't like to think about it, but you are. So I do want to finish by you telling us, when you feel challenged, what strengthens you, Noah? What gives you a sense of optimism when you need it?
That's a great question. I can't remember who it was, but it was like, it might have been Mr. Rogers, or was Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood? Is that the guy?
I think it was it was either him or Peter Drury.
Well, he said when there's a natural disaster or something horrible that happens, just to look for the helpers and look for the people that are helping. And there's always so many more of them than there are people distracting and detracting. So I think it's easy to look at the bad, but there's so much, I don't know, there's so much good. And if you look hard enough, you can find it, and it does bring some hope. And I know it is a difficult time for so many and a very complicated time for us all, but I think there are a lot of people that are just trying to do good. And I try to focus on those folks as much as I can. And try to be one of those folks myself. So that's what brings me optimism. It's a chance to be better every day. And I don't know.
Mr. Rogers, Peter Drury, Moises
One and the same.
Do you like those human beings? I do want to say, Noah, you are a remarkable human being, truly a joyous, authentic human wonder. And I want to thank you for all of the empathy that you bring to the world and to, I think, all of our lives. It's rarer and rarer as a currency, and it's all the more precious. Before you leave, I do want to make a memory of the night. Join me on the front of the stage. We're going to bring our photographer, Matthias, on. Let's have the audience upstanding. Let's take a photograph that all of us can treasure forever.
Amazing.
Boston.
And thank all you guys. You guys are awesome. I hope you guys have had fun. Even the Everton fan back there.
Let's do it.